Okay, so you already know what you want to build, but every time you try explaining the steps, something gets skipped or overcomplicated or mentally scrambled. So let's handle that, okay? Your issue is not that you have lost your creative mojo. You're just experiencing some emotional static. Mm, mm. Okay? So today we're going to handle that by really digging into what's going on when you have emotional static, okay? And then we'll build into what I created today to actually solve this problem. And you'll get to see me sample it real time. Someone literally just bought the fire starter before I even put it up. So let me put it up for anybody else that wants to get a hold of the fire starter system that I started to build today, wherever it's at. I'm like, I know I put it up here somewhere. I don't see it, so I will add it again. Okay, so let's talk about emotional static. Okay, so there are 5 different interruptions that we were talking about starting yesterday in the Cosmic Stabilizers Live. Okay, they happen when you have an interruption in your flow state, interruption in your signal. Okay, we're going to dig into each one of these interruptions this week so that it no longer feels like something that's kind of like floating outside of you that you feel like you're participating in involuntarily. You know how things happen and you kind of feel like you're in a dream state sometimes because it's like it's going on, but you feel like you're not fully in control of it. It's just like you're part of the dream. So I want to take you from being part of the dream to being lucid in the dream, right? To where you actually have control. You can see what's going on, and then you can say, hey, I want to continue in this experience on purpose, or or I want to initiate a new experience, right? And that's the great thing that happens when we have interruptions in our lives, interruptions in our day, interruptions in our flow state is it gives us a moment to think and regroup and say, is this still what I want to experience? Is this actually the direction that I want to go? Sometimes we look at the interruptions and what's happening in our day to day life and get irritated because it's like, man, I just want to go. I just want to get it done. I just want to keep flowing. But sometimes if we didn't have those interruptions, you might find out that you would end up like 15 steps down the road in a direction you never really wanted to go. So it actually oftentimes is a blessing to just allow yourself to be free enough and grounded enough to acknowledge the blocks as a potential blessing. Okay. And so today I'm going to show you how you can allow your emotional static to become a potential blessing for you today. Okay. And so let me find this fire starter for you so I can put it up and keep going. All right. Um, so I'll just put it in the comments for now for anyone who wants to get a hold of the fire starter. Okay, so there are 5 interruptions that we've been discussing to your flow, okay? One is emotional static, two is environmental noise, three is input overload. Let me put something up on the screen for you so you can see. Four is unclear pathways, and five is nervous system fatigue, okay? I just want to put it up so that you can see. Oh, that's the wrong one. But this is okay because it's going to show you the process that we're going to go through to stabilize those 5 interruptions. Okay. So we're going to identify what's going on, which is that emotional static, which is how it opened up, right? With you knowing what you want to build. But every time you try to explain what it is, something gets skipped or overcomplicated. And emotionally, it starts to cause like this static. It feels like tension inside. It makes you want to run and hide. It makes you want to just not do it at all. Okay. And that emotional static is a lot of times saying maybe the way you're doing it is not a match for you. The platform that you're doing it on may not be a match, or something needs to shift because something's out of alignment. Okay. And so that's what's going on when you feel that emotional static. It's a moment to stop. And this is how it could be a potential blessing because if you would forge ahead and just do it anyway and not actually acknowledge that you are having emotional static and that your flow state has been interrupted, you might be pressing ahead in a direction that was not fit for you, or end up having disdain for what you created in the long run. Okay. So the way we're going to stabilize this, which is what you can see here on the screen, the next step is you identify what the issue is, you stabilize it, and then we're going to simplify the issue, and then we're going to execute a solution. Okay. So the the first thing that we're going to do is really reflect into figuring out what it is that you really need, right? Sometimes we go so deep into trying to plan. But with AI, which is the system that I'm going to walk you through today, we really don't need to do that. You just need to have a clear vision of what you want. That's that's actually the hardest part. So you might have woke up this morning and said, "Hey, I wanted to help people or I wanted to help myself, but I tried to do the steps, I tried to do this and it just did not work out the way I wanted it to." This is where you let AI step in and help you out a little bit more, but you just got to have a really clear vision on what you want, okay? You most likely don't need more motivation. You need more pathways to execute clearly, okay? And so the bridge that I have for you is going to be really, let's just jump straight up into the system because it's kind of late. And I want to just show you here. Bum, 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 bum. Ba-da-da, bo, bo, bo. Bum, ba-dum, bo. Ba-da-da, bo, 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 bo. Come on, system. I almost feel like I need to restart my computer, but I'm not gonna do that right now. Come on, come on. Let's see if this is the one. It's not. Let me X out of all of these and see if I can get to something much more clear. Because it's open right now. It's already open. I just need to be able to share the screen. Okay, here it is. Okay, so we're going to turn the spark into a clear pathway and a very simple, straightaway method. Okay, this is the system that link is going to take you to. Okay, let me put a QR code up too for anyone else that might be easier. Oh, I'm glad I came back because I don't even have the right thing up on the stage right now. Something is moving slow. Can you guys hear me correctly? My system might need a reboot. I have been working it hard today. I have to remove it. Okay. Jiminy Cricket. It's nice to have the late vibers up with me. I do a lot of my work under the moonlight. It's just the energy is much more quiet. And so that's actually something good for me to talk about when it comes to emotional static. Is sometimes environmental noise is a big thing, but internal noise is also a big thing, right? So if you have emotions going from several things that have happened during the day, that could also be causing an interruption in your flow, in your creative flow as well, right? So sometimes it's really good to take a break and meditate or pray before you go on to the next thing so you can be clear of what your next step should be. Okay? And I have to stretch. I have no clue why my computer's running so slow. Okay, so we're going to walk through this now. So you need to, when you're trying to lay out steps for yourself or someone else, if you've never learned how to create a mind map or a wireframe, that's probably why those are keywords you can research if you really want to learn how to do this on your own. Okay. Look up mind maps, wireframes, how to create a mind map, how to create a wireframe. But today I'm not going to teach you how to do that. I'm going to give you a tool to help you. Okay. So, first, you need to know, are you trying to create something for yourself, or are you trying to create something for someone else? Are you trying to create a system or step by step on how to create a book, right? Are you writing a book and you need steps on how to create your own book? Are you trying to create a printable journal for yourself? Or are you trying to create a plan to teach someone else your methods, right? That's for someone else. So let's say we're creating something for someone else. So, what should exist when this is complete? That's the thing that you're actually trying to create for yourself or for someone else. Okay, I clicked for someone else. So, let's just say I want to create Um, I want to create a way for people to understand how to get past internal blocks when creating and linear methods that are not natural to them. Okay? And so that's what I want to create. I'll click continue. What will prove the success? That there will be a step by step blueprint that can be followed regardless of the topic. Okay, so what is it that I really want to create? So this is the juice, okay, of what it is I'm trying to communicate for someone else. So I'm creating a product for other creators who are not linear thinkers, right? So if they're trying to create something step by step, this is how I started off for today, right? Saying that you may be experiencing like these internal hiccups because you're trying to explain steps, but things get skipped, right? So, what I want is for the user to be able to explain their idea in a high level manner and then those have the idea broken down into executable steps that even a third grader could follow. I have a method, a 3-step method that I would like to use as a framework to help guide the user in their experience. It's signal, reflection, action. Okay? The signal is the main message. Reflection is what they want the message is how, oh, let's see. The reflection is what they want the message to do, and the action are the steps to complete it. Okay, so I just kind of put it out real quick, and I know this is the same thing. You just type it out, just kind of type out in as much detail as you can. You can do it short, like I just did, or you can get even more detailed and paste notes in there. Okay, I created a custom GPT for you. So what you would do after that step is you'd copy all of this. You can highlight it like this, or you can use this copy button. Okay, and then click the Firestarter GPT. And then the Firestarter GPT is going to open in a new window. And I'll share this screen with you in just a second. GPT is not liking that I'm sharing the screen, so it's kind of having a little bit of a fit right now. So maybe what I'll do is stop sharing first, and then I'll show you, okay? It's still not wanting to go. Let me try it again. ChatGPT got them security measures, I tell you. I'm so curious as to why it doesn't, maybe just to make sure I'm not sharing proprietary information, um, which I love, and that's fine. Okay, so let me reshare now that I have it open. And let me paste this in here just in case. I'm going to go ahead and paste it into the GPT. Okay. So this is my custom GPT that is in the ChatGPT store. Okay. It's called Firestarter by Huanin Young. That's actually my name. Okay. And I go by Queen Mama Moon as well. So what I did was copy the prompt from the exercise I did in the Firestarter, and I pasted it into the custom GPT that is programmed to help bring this into something real. Okay. And you're running through the first test with me of it today after I've created it. So, Firestarter execution template. Outcome, a repeatable blueprint that helps someone turn a high level idea into clear, beginner friendly action steps. Signal, reflection, action. This is for people who have ideas but get stuck when forced to organize them into a strict linear way. Before you start, look, already it's like, oh, I was not this organized when I put all that information in. Okay. Already, my nervous system is beginning to relax. Like, I'm going to be able to give something that is going to be fruitful, useful, and valuable that I don't have to wreck my brain over creating, right? So before you start, the user needs one idea they want to explain, a topic or message they care about, a simple final result they want to create, willingness to answer short questions before making steps. This is for you. You can literally take these and use it for yourself because I'm creating a loop here of I'm creating a system of what this live is about today. Okay. I'm trying to help you with these exact steps that I just created through this GPT. Okay. So step by step, capture the signal. What's the main thing that you're trying to say? This is literally the system that I now have to give to you. Okay. This came from the Firestarter. So you can do the same thing. And now you would have steps, step by step of whatever it is you wanted to do. And the best way to understand how to do it is just to go through it. Go ahead and get the Firestarter, activate it, and run through it yourself and see what kind of steps come out for you. Look how organized this is. I mean, like, it's amazing. And it's very, very clear that a third grader could understand these steps on how to do it. Missing steps that were added. See, like I missed a lot of steps when I was describing it, but this GPT is programmed to do so. Okay, so here are the missing steps that you want to add, and we can make this as thorough as I want. But this is the first, and then we can uh, go from here and have it create steps to design it into something else. It could be a website, whatever. But this is what I wanted to share with you guys today is this solution on how to get past your emotional static with a tool, with AI. But first, you have to actually acknowledge what the static issue is. You have to acknowledge that as a signal, right? And then you have to be willing to work through it. You got to give yourself some time to work through it to actually figure out what it is that you want, right? Sometimes you think it's one thing, but the emotional static is trying to show you that it's another. Like if I didn't take time to interrogate This, the emotional static might just be, oh, I'm not competent enough to create the steps that I want for somebody else, because every time I do it, I'm missing steps. But that's not necessarily true. This is where you just get to rely on AI. You don't need to know all the steps. As a high level thinker, as a God, you just really need a clear end result. What is the end result that you want to accomplish? What is the end result that you want your user to have? And then you can backwards start design from there, especially using the GPT that I created for you. Okay, that's it for now. It's late. God bless you. Have a good night, Queen Mama Moon. And until next time, remember, we don't hide from the truth. We handle it sovereignly. Peace, y'all.